buy some ammo here.
Hello.
Hey. Welcome back.
Yeah, so we hit some milestones while you guys were watching that video that we recorded on Tuesday. We broke 20,000 total contributors on the campaign, which is awesome. 20,000 people, and we were just about $100,000 in 3 hours of holding this live stream, which is just nuts. Just nuts. Broke the orchestral score. Somebody has already claimed the perk to go attend the recording of the orchestral score. And we're closing in. We're about 20,000 away. Barbie, want to give us the current total?
Yeah, we are at $1,481,869.
So we're about $18,000 away from unlocking the international premiere, which will show Lazer Team in the country that donates the most amount of money across the campaign, and we will also at that time unlock the next stretch goal as well, and let you guys know what that is. All right, but in the meantime, I got my group together to play Borderlands here, and I keep getting disconnected, so I feel like we should go in and take them out. So Patrick, you can switch to my Borderlands if you want to.
Yeah, Canada is about $12,000 behind Australia.
And Ashley is in my group with me. All right,
Thank
this is
you.
me. I don't listen. I want to say up front, I don't expect to be useful in any way whatsoever here. I'm gonna totally rely on a level 72 siren and a level 61 siren. I have all sirens in my group. Hey, look at me.
We're basically there to keep you alive. How about that?
Well, but that's fine. So where's our last person?
Yeah, I'm lost.
Oh, is that you?
I'm looking for a bridge.
Just come up and around. Here, follow me. Did you find it?
I see that you're up above the ledge.
Well, here, just come on up. You gotta walk around this way.
Okay. I was headed out that way. Yeah. I bought some ammunition.
There's an elevator here that you can use to like jump up really quickly, but let's not do that. Otherwise, we'll die. Someone will screw up.
This is talking nonsense.
Ash, we played at E3 and at PAX East. We didn't play, but we got to see the pre-sequel that's coming out for Borderlands.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the low gravity. It's gonna be weird, I think, going back to this game after playing with the low gravity. Like, after getting used to that, this is gonna feel really heavy.
Oh, yeah?
I always feel that way after I go, like, from, like, low gravity games into, like, full gravity.
I was playing Halo 2 the other day with JD, and it's like, when you play, it's like you literally have to go, okay, what does this version of Halo have? Does it have sprinting? No. Does it have exploding vehicles? Yes, it has that. So you have to go look through, like, all the different variations. Now, I want to show you here on... Oops, they're jumping in. All right, we're going in.
All right, we're going in a thing.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
You know, I gotta be honest, I get this with Assassin's Creed, I get this with everything, is like when you fall, I actually get that lurch in my stomach.
When I fall or when you fall?
Whenever I fall in a game. Like,
so you're not worried about me?
No, I'm not worried about you. You're fine.
All right, I'm waiting for this bad boy to come out. Where is he? Oh, I got disconnected from Xbox Live. I've been having a problem with this damn thing, man. All right, let me see if I can get people back in here.
It's okay.
It's just for some reason this Xbox keeps disconnecting from Xbox Live. I don't know why.
This never happens.
Hey, look at us. We're like gophers.
Hey.
Hey.
You can still see your shoulder, so it doesn't work.
Someone get a mallet.
That's fine. All right, I have 4 friends playing Xbox Live and are all playing Borderlands, and none of them are nearby me.
So, Barbara, you're looking at the countries that had
I'm in.
the lowest donations.
Yeah, we looked at the countries that had the lowest donations. Any guesses as to what they were?
Lowest donations countries? Is Nigeria on there?
There's a couple that only had one contribution. That's Russian Federation had $5. Guatemala had $10. Costa Rica had $25. Romania had $30. Oh, sorry, 2 donations of $30.
Well, that's very nice.
So all you people watching from the Russian Federation are really gonna have to donate a lot.
All you person.
If you're gonna get the premiere in your country, you're really gonna have to go into overdrive.
$5 for making up the movie.
And then let me see if I can.
Okay.
They're gonna need like 3 executive producers from Russia to catch back up at this point.
All right, I have 16 golden keys available. I'm running back. Are you in the pit?
Yeah, I'm down below.
Okay, I'm running there.
Oops.
I cannot invite her to my game. Why can't I invite Laura into the game?
Just says she's joined, actually.
Oh, okay, great. There she is. Okay. So everybody get down here, and hopefully I can stay on Xbox Live long enough to do this damn thing. This Xbox. This is my Xbox from home because it's got my whole thing on Borderlands installed on it. I do not want to jump off and like have to get this thing like re-downloaded, all the different packs downloaded to play this. Are you coming in?
Did you find a lot of people with
think
good
so.
levels to help you in your playing? At least 80?
Do you know how to?
Yeah, that's
video
the
game?
bridge. Go that way. No, no. There you go, that way.
You find people with the levels of the
You
game.
be quiet.
And then you're gonna take off to the
I'm
left
trying
over
to be
there.
relevant with the video games.
Grandpa.
But over top, I assume.
Yeah, or the just go across
After
there.
Borderlands, we're gonna play Pong.
Let's see. So Barbara, Barbara was looking up the most expensive films ever made because and you're right, Bernie. It's Avatar.
Actually, adjusted for inflation, it should be.
It's like Ben-Hur or something.
No, I thought
crazy.
it's
There was a-
World's End.
But it was
Pirates of
but
the Caribbean.
I
The
don't
trick
think
about
so.
that one is that At World's End and the other one were produced at the same time.
But I
yeah,
think they
yeah,
just
that's,
have
and
the
that's,
cost.
So it's
yeah,
like their-
so it's
their
hard
combined
to,
cost
It's
is-
hard to, like
Yeah.
gauge like which one of them was more expensive.
They actually do for gap accounting. They actually have to report on what something costs to make,
Yeah.
and especially if it's a public company, they can't not report that. All right, we got so
All right,
here we go.
Terramorphous just got a check dot.
So here we go. We're gonna fight this big ass worm when it shows up here.
So wait, so how much was Avatar?
Avatar. This claims it was 280 million.
280.
That's production cost. That's not
That's not
marketing or
marketing?
anything else. That's sheer.
Okay,
production
so
cost.
with marketing and all that, it was probably.
I'm sure it's 500.
Oh,
half a
I feel a
million.
rumble.
Yet somebody on Twitter said, "What do you possibly need 1.3+ million dollars for to make a movie?"
Is that your internet voice?
Yeah, it's kind of lower than my normal voice.
Oh,
All right, Newt going out. Bajoom.
Let's see.
Sting a lot. Whoa, that was easy.
what was that?
I tried to do that for so long.
What?
Patrick, go to my thing. I got an achievement popped up here
Wait, yeah, I just got an achievement too. Why did we get an achievement?
because we defeated Terramorphous.
How did we I thought you told us it was like impossible.
Well, we have 2 like level bajillions with us.
I like you guys.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Now I'm gonna go and find some cool pistols. What's up?
A lot of loot. Look at this. Get some iridium going here.
That's
I don't like that
pretty.
you don't share iridium in this game.
I just want a pistol, please. Lots of really cool ones that I can turn sideways.
So if you're just tuning in, a reminder that if anybody who donates $10 or more during this live stream is entered in a chance to win a trip to Rooster Teeth. So go donate at roosterteeth.com/laserteam.
There's some
Especially if
orange
you're
stuff
from
here.
the Russian
Ash, but it's-
Federation.
Russian Federation's only $5 so
We're looking
far.
at you. Get that international.
We'll
promotion.
get you out of there. just
You just have to.
I've
all
been
you
in
have to
my
do is
inventory.
win, and we'll get you
Yeah,
out of
I'm
Russia.
gonna go and like ditch all my like not
This is
cool
your
stuff.
chance.
Edward Snowden
I'm sure I've got
donates $10.
We're at 484.
We're at 484, so we're about 15,000 away from unlocking our next stretch goal.
Which country was it? Was it? I feel like it was Dubai. There was somewhere weird where you actually had to get approved. I guess, I mean, a passport's no different, but you had to get so much approval to leave a country versus coming
Wait, what?
coming
Really?
into another country.
Yeah.
There was like it was like
What's better, purple or blue?
North,
It's like
it's
North
like
Korea.
I think it was like well North Korea, yeah, but like Qatar, somewhere where there were, like, it was surprisingly modern, and yet to get out you had to like have a passport basically for exiting the country versus
Do you know
entering.
when you go to New Zealand, one of the restrictions when you enter New Zealand is you have to show them on your way in that you have a ticket to get out. Like they say,
I feel
they're
like
just
it's like
like,
that with a lot of.
they're like, get
yeah,
the hell
yeah,
out.
no, yeah.
They just want
We
they
should
just
do
want
that for
evidence
Austin.
that you're leaving.
Yeah, like welcome to our country. Now you're leaving, right? You're gonna get out of here. You're gonna
Yeah.
hit bricks. Yeah, basically that's the way it works in New Zealand.
I get it though, because like you can go there and you don't need to get a visa or anything beforehand, so it'd be easy to just go and then be like, I'm gonna stay.
It's a beautiful country.
It is really nice. Lots of windy roads in Wellington.
Even though they're not really high
Wellington.
up on the list of contributors, we we still think they're a very beautiful
How far are
country.
they above the Russian Federation?
I'm putting your post on the front page, by the way, Bernie.
What's that?
I'm putting your journal on the front page.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you very much, Barb.
you're
I feel like
welcome.
the
very
Russian-
much.
I'm just
Yeah.
running over
Good.
weapons at this point, even though I can't pick anything up because I'm super full.
I have like a
Ooh,
billion
This one does
purple
86,000.
shields. So, shout out to Lauren Doodles, who is Lauren Crozier on
Beauty.
Twitter,
And Zokael.
and
Zaukael.
Zaukel.
Zaukael.
Zaukael. That's probably a character in some anime, and we're embarrassing ourselves by not knowing how to pronounce it. Or it's like a League of Legends hero.
I just make up my own pronunciations for anything that sounds like remotely fantasy based. I'm like, it's
Zaukael.
Zaukael.
All right, now I'm gonna check my. This is the whole reason I got in here to begin with.
Oh,
I got
I
disconnected.
think you just disconnected us. But here's the thing: is you beat him.
I beat him. Yeah, and I got the achievement for it. So the big thing that I was doing here was checking my checklist of like things to do. like all my. Oh, I still need to get this stupid Jenkins robot. Sorry, not you. Kill enemies when riding as a passenger. Oh, you want to help me get kill enemies while riding as a passenger in a vehicle?
Sure.
Yeah, I got to get a few of those, and I never did that.
You're gonna have to reconnect to Xbox Live though.
I will have to reconnect to Xbox
Nudge,
Live.
nudge, nudge.
Chris, was that you and I were talking about mispronouncing Final Fantasy character names like as kids? Because it was like,
what did you mispronounce?
well, like there's a character in Final Fantasy VI named Locke, and I used to call him Locky. Like,
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Wow,
L-O-C-K-E.
Brittany sounds horrified.
And I was
Locky.
like, that game was Final Fantasy 3 when I played it.
It's also how are you supposed to know?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah. When I played those games when I was
like
7,
10, I think.
you know.
Well, see,
Yeah.
I
I watched my
10
brother
when that
play
game
those
came
games
out.
when I was 7.
and there's
Me
some
too.
names that make no sense. Like it's Final Fantasy 4. The main character is Cecil.
Yeah.
I think, and I called him Sinsel. I don't know why.
Sensel?
I call
I
him
don't know why.
Sensel?
Do you have
Yeah.
any
I
comments?
I think everybody has
Because
that.
they're very
Yeah.
British.
If you read a
Yeah.
lot as a kid, like I used to read the word epitome as epitome.
Yeah,
and I
I
didn't know.
still do that sometimes.
I didn't know it was 2 different words.
When I was very, very young, like when I hit like 7th grade, and I decided that romance novels were the next best, like they were the next best thing ever.
They are.
I thought that negligee was pronounced as negligee, and I was like, oh, that sounds so fancy.
You're like, oh, just gonna be some
It's
sexy
like-
negligee.
and she
some
was
of that
she was
on.
down to her silky negligee.
Like now I kind of want that to happen in real life. Like a woman just come up like, I wore my negligee for you. And you're like,
I was the same with
Ooh.
lingerie for a bit.
What'd you call it?
Oh yeah, I
lingerie?
call it lingerie.
I saw because I knew the word lingerie. I've heard it before, but then I read it as lingerie.
Yep, that's why I
I
was
was
with
like, I don't
epitome.
know
I
what
knew the
this
word
is.
epitome. I just never. It didn't. Then when you realized it, did you feel really dumb?
yeah.
No, I was like, hello. I didn't feel that dumb. It was just like I was embarrassed. That happens.
That's
You're embarrassed in wearing lingerie at the same time. So it's really
Good place
Well,
to be.
there's like ignore a moose.
ignore a moose. No one's
Ignoramus?
ever thought that in their life.
I've heard
that
that before, but I
ignoramus
thought
is
that was
ignore a
Canadian
moose.
joke.
No one ever thought
I
that
thought that
ever.
was a Canadian joke.
What?
Ignore a moose, yeah. I guess not.
All right. Well, Ash, I feel like we should go do something. So
Well, how about
let's go. Let's.
you connect to Xbox Live again,
Am I disconnected again?
and then I will drive.
I might just try to go wireless. If that might be the way to do it on this one.
North Korea has
If you-
officially condemned Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Yeah, I
Why?
saw that.
because they
because
had that movie coming out.
They're doing a movie about North Korea where they they try to assassinate someone.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Like a living
The
person.
interview.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
Really?
then again,
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that North Korea wasn't too happy about Team America either, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, now it just makes me want to see it that much more. There's no way to fast travel in Borderlands without going to one of those stations, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I gotta figure out. There's an achievement where I have to like get all the challenges, but like, it's like any of those big long grinding achievements. There's like 1 or 2 of them that are really impossible, and there's one where you have to kill this one robot called Jenkins. I guess it's like a kind of an homage to Leroy Jenkins, and it doesn't spawn ever.
Yeah, I've never heard that name before.
What, Leroy Jenkins?
Yeah, I get it all the time. Are you
Yep.
related?
We always talk about the like the longevity of Rooster Teeth, but Rooster Teeth is funny because even with Red versus Blue, as long as it's been around, it was still never like the most popular show online. Like even in regards to like Machinima, a lot more people would know Leroy Jenkins before they would know Red versus Blue.
Well, it's almost one of
And it's
those.
just one video, you know?
Yeah.
It's almost one of those references that like people may not have even seen the video at this point, but they know of that. That was a
Right.
thing.
Right.
Or just that yell.
Is
you
that
know?
is that technically considered machinima?
Yeah.
now?
It's
It
a guy
is?
in a video game telling a little story.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like a. I mean, to me, that's like someone capturing a moment of someone playing a game versus
That's-
making narrative.
See,
So different than. I mean, I don't. I guess I'm not up to my technical definition of.
there is
machinima.
none.
Okay.
There is none. But a lot of people will tell you that Machinima has a hard definition, but essentially the only thing that defines Machinima is that it's using a video game to, make content. And honestly, Let's Plays are the logical evolution of Machinima. Like when we started doing Red versus Blue, a lot of people said, oh, well, this will be the future of filmmaking. Everyone will be making movies this way in a few years. But really, what Machinima ended up becoming was the Let's Play movement, which is huge
Yeah.
online. And you know, it just makes sense. It was the most accessible thing that people could do.
And Leroy Jenkins, though, that wasn't an actual moment. It wasn't that faked.
It was faked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's.
I thought it was like they had the actual moment, but then they redid it for a video.
I'm sure if it was a real moment, that the redone version was the way they remembered it, which was actually probably a lot better than the moment in real life,
for
right?
sure.
So.
No question.
All right, so I'm gonna try to find out like what achievements I don't have in. So I'm gonna show my. I gotta be careful, make sure it doesn't show my email address up here. Although my email address.
I think you turned that off.
I did turn it off because
that was a thing at one point.
I did. I had that happened to me on the patch.
That happened to
That's right.
Maggie on
Happened
the
to Maggie, yeah.
RT Salute stream.
All right, so let me see this. Have purple rated gear or better in every slot. I'm getting close to that. Reach level 50. Yeah, good luck with that. Nice. Complete level 1 of all non-level specific challenges with a single character. Okay, so that's where I am now. So Ash, I need your help to get like the. If anybody knows how to get Jenkins.
Like how to make him show up.
Hey man, one of my kids has been playing on my account. I can tell because it's been playing like Monopoly and stuff. What's been going on here? Monopoly and Dark Souls 2. That's great. The
You know, you can pretend that you're not a big fan of Monopoly, but we know better.
I've never played it.
Really?
I'm so close to finishing Mass Effect 3 in terms of 100%ing all my achievements in it, and then I will have 100% of that entire franchise. I've never 100% of the entire franchise. Not even Halo. That'd be the one.
Wait, you haven't played Monopoly before? I want to go back to that.
I've played Monopoly.
You
I
said
played
you didn't.
on Xbox. I've never played Monopoly.
Did
Well,
you say
yeah.
the challenge coin artwork was on the Indiegogo page?
Yeah, it's on the update
It
page.
is.
Oh, the update.
It's like go to the page and go to the update tab.
Gotcha.
Do we need to turn this mission in?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's got a checkbox next to turn in. Sorry, my bad.
I don't think I finished very many Monopoly games.
Turn in. Oh, maybe we do have to turn it in.
Monopoly is not a game of skill. It's complete luck. Like,
Well,
What?
there's- it is. No,
It's not like Mario Party.
well,
but-
okay, Mario Party, yeah. But like the only like part of Monopoly that requires strategy is finding someone dumb enough at the end of the game to trade you for a property that is clearly going to let you win the game. Like that's
well,
the only.
no, it has to do something like knowing to
I'm going
like
back to
buy
Sanctuary.
stuff
Knowing what properties to buy.
and when to put hotels.
But it's
and
real
stuff.
easy to win Monopoly by buying every single property you land on.
Yes, that's what you do. You
you
just
know-
buy.
You know
Yeah.
that most people don't know the rules of Monopoly too. Like everybody has made up rules, like the free parking thing. Totally not a rule. Of like the kitty where people put money in the middle for free parking.
Oh, really?
That's a totally fabricated rule. It's nowhere in the rule set for Monopoly. Also, there's rules that make the game go so much faster because everyone takes like 8 hours to play Monopoly.
Yeah.
So if anyone ever lands on a space and can't afford something, or there's ever a position where someone can't afford to do something, everyone else can auction at that point to do it. So theoretically, like the first time around the board, all the properties could be purchased the first time around the board. Yeah, it's. I read an article recently like it's the game that everyone's played and nobody understands.
It's an endurance game, really, because.
But it doesn't have to be. That's what I'm saying. Is that if people knew the rules, it really doesn't have to be an endurance thing.
But for some people, they like the endurance. of
Oh
it.
no,
It's
I
like-
get it.
Did
It's
we
like
lose
sticking
you
in for
again?
5 hours.
Yeah, I'm off
like-
again.
that's
that's
I'm
how you
pretty much-
win Monopoly.
done with
Is
that.
That's risk.
I'll
too.
switch to this
It's
back
risk.
to this
Like when
later.
you play
Ash.
Risk, that's like
Or
a 10-hour
Stratego.
endeavor. Yeah.
so Stratego isn't that long.
I mean,
I thought it's long.
I'll log back
No,
in.
it
Let's
is
do the
not.
vehicle one. We'll go to like some
Maybe I was drunk when
one
I
of the
played it. It
ice
felt really
ones
long.
somewhere. Have you turned in your Terramorphous one yet?
No, I was waiting for you.
I'll reconnect, so you can get it in here.
What the hell?
Yeah, this thing just keeps dropping me. We switched network cables on it and everything
Do
else.
you have any issue with me tweeting the photo of the challenge coin artwork?
I guess potentially the spoiler in it, but at
Spoil?
this point it's concept art, and so maybe if you could tweet a link to it, because you can take the link off of. No, yeah, go ahead and do it. I think that's fine. It's concept art.
Why are these cat people so hard to kill in this game?
It's not like nobody would want to see it anyways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's evil cats that steal like a hat or your friend or something. That's a weird game.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, that art on there is a character who's supposed to exist in the movie and doesn't. Basically, if anyone who's listened to the premise now, is that the artwork shows Champion unified, and so for Project Champion or Project Perseus, depending on where it ends up. But yeah, yeah, and we should also point out too to people who are listening to the live stream that all this stuff is subject to change. Like this is a production that's in progress, and so if we show artwork, even if we show titles, show logo designs or anything like that, all that stuff is subject to change and probably will change. All right, Ash, you ready to turn in our Terramorphous?
Yeah, hold on. I'm
It's pretty cool though to
I
see
can't join your game.
like
Why not?
a lot of people don't
I'll
get
let
to
you.
see a movie from that
it
perspective.
You want me to invite ya?
From the
Yes,
very
please.
initial,
How do I do that?
concept to the finished
Oh,
product.
somebody else. I'm sorry. Let me boot somebody from my
Oh.
game. Sorry, Austin. I gotta boot you.
So actually, we were talking about Last Guardian.
We were talking
during
about
the
Last
break.
Guardian.
So yeah, and there was they
Come on,
did.
join in now.
1.49.
1.49.
Yep.
So we're 10,000 away
Woo!
from breaking our next stretch goal.
You all right? Chris
Joining in?
had a
Yeah,
seizure.
it still says you're. There we go.
There we go.
Just refreshed.
Barbara, I hate these stupid cat people.
And listen, I
They're the
apologize
worst.
to Austin HM. Ashley got her thing all updated, so I wanted to make sure she got the achievement as well. So sorry, you were very helpful to get on there. I'll keep you on the friends list, and I'll invite you to something later on. Okay,
Bernie Burns, classy man.
Okay. Here
just trying to be
we go. Play.
Oh.
not rude. Where do I turn this thing in?
This is a mission that you got in here in Sanctuary.
Yeah, it seems like I'm supposed to turn it into.
I do see a big square up here.
You do?
Yeah, I think it's you. Called you a square.
Where do I? Where?
I was about to ask you
I'm
how
just
your
trying to
day
find where I
was
turn this
going.
in. Oh, here it is. I got her.
Oh, the chick downstairs.
Yeah, chick
the snarky
downstairs.
one.
Snarky chick downstairs. Did it all. There, got that achievement. That is my achievement for. I completed all the side missions. That was the last thing that I needed to do. And so I still need to get the level 1 challenges, but I got to figure out how to get this Jenkins things. If anybody knows how to do that, you can directly tweet at me how to get Jenkins. I've read online about ways to, like, if you're at a certain mission in a certain part, but I'm way past that mission. So,
Bernie, question for you.
pain in the tush.
Do you ever get carried away when in the midst of writing about sci-fi?
Do I get carried away?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
No, I mean, listen, I love sci-fi. I think that I've been really frustrated the last 10 years. I've talked about on the podcast before that some of the more popular sci-fi shows have taken a kind of a left turn with the genre. Like, in particular, Lost. People saw Lost as a sci-fi show or tried to bill it as a sci-fi show, and it was a mystery show. And sci-fi isn't mystery. And for a long period of time in the mid-2000s, everything sci-fi was like, figure out what happens, or like you got to figure out what the twist is. It's like, I guess it came from like even like The Sixth Sense, where it's like twists and turns and big surprises. And when writing Red versus Blue as a sci-fi show is like a narrative, straightforward show, people were trying to figure it out. There was, in fact, the biggest discussion thread about Red versus Blue is let's figure this out. It's like sci-fi is not mystery. It's not. It's just it's its own thing. And I think that sci-fi in general has been frustrating as a genre. Canceled right away.
I know.
And then they fight to bring it back, and then it
do
gets
this,
canceled again. You know what I mean? It's been really frustrating. So I think actually, sci-fi on the web, that'll be the future home for a lot of science fiction. Is the web, and it seems like the perfect place to do it because
See, I can't hear, I
most
don't
people
know
who
what I
are
wanna do.
watching
Oh,
content
left
on the web and
trigger.
are interested in the internet culture,
oh.
those are also big crossover, big cross section with people who like science fiction. I'm definitely one of them. So
Sharknado science fiction.
It's sad because the big steps back towards science fiction, movie-wise, have been stuff like Prometheus, and then it's like, and that was so bad. Like, I wish there was like a really great
what didn't you like about Prometheus in general?
everything.
You just didn't like it?
Yeah,
wasn't a
thought
fan of
it
that
was-
movie.
It was a
The-
movie that just kept getting worse as I watched
Yeah.
it.
Josh, what was the last great sci-fi film in your
District 9?
District 9?
District 9 was good. Did you like Elysium?
No.
I love
Okay.
I thought it was too preachy.
Okay.
And it didn't gel together the way that District 9 did. District 9 had such an interesting texture and like world, and
Where are we
Elysium
going?
was like, it was cool, but
I
it
got
felt
disconnected.
thrown in. It was like, that's a cool idea, but it doesn't have anything to do with all the other ideas that are going on, like in your movie. I don't know.
Well, what about last great sci-fi comedy? I mean, I think everybody goes back to the same one.
What about Ghostbusters?
Well, I would say
Galaxy
Galaxy
Quest.
Quest.
Oh God, yeah, Galaxy Quest is great.
The last great one, but there really hasn't been a lot of sci-fi comedy
Spaceballs.
since Galaxy
We,
Quest.
Chris and I burned through a bunch while
Yeah,
we were writing.
Yeah, well, working on
look at-
Laser Team, I mean, we had a list of movies.
Yeah, we made a big
that
list.
had, if not, not just sci-fi though, that had themes that were relevant to the story. And
Mighty Ducks.
we,
We,
Quack.
because it's a team.
Quack.
yeah, it was a
movie.
team-based.
Quack.
No, I totally get it.
So we
I
watched,
totally
like,
get it.
we watched Mighty Ducks. We watched like Major League, but then then we were also stuff like Men in Black and Galaxy Quest.
Okay, Men in Black. That would be another series. I think a lot of people felt like it fell off after the first one.
Yeah.
But I actually watched the second one recently, and it was not as bad as I remembered, which I don't know how to.
That's always
you know,
a.
The second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was actually really enjoyable to watch. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, like we were watching it with the boys, and it's a lot easier to suspend disbelief when you're watching it like with kids, and you're just like,
Oh, and they love it. You know what I mean?
Where
It's
did
like
you see it for the first time?
what?
Where did you see it for the first time when you got that bad impression of it? In theaters?
Yeah, in theaters
Well,
probably.
I think some of it is when you enjoy the first one and it's just not as good. It's like Matrix to me, you know. The first Matrix was really, 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 really good,
Yeah.
and the second one was just disappointing.
Yeah, I mean,
to
there's a
me.
pretty big gulf between the first Matrix. I mean, the second Matrix is like, it's a decent movie. There's
That's what I'm
good
saying.
parts.
That's what I don't.
But the
I don't
first
think
one
the
is
second one is in like a bad movie. It's just
Yeah.
the first one was so good that it felt disappointing.
Sequels are hard.
Yeah, and also, you know, stuff can be too, you know, bogged down by genre as well. I mean, you look at Alien, and it's a great sci-fi movie, but it's really a horror movie.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it just happens to be a horror movie set in a sci-fi environment.
Right.
And I don't think it gets too bogged down by the sci-fi stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And then
It's-
Alien, the sequel's similar. It's like, it's a war film set in a sci-fi area.
Yeah, it's an action movie. That's a really fun, I think, franchise in general is the Alien franchise. To see, like, you know, we're gonna match thematically, but we're not gonna match really by genre. You know,
Yeah.
like from movie to movie, and I like that a lot. And then they have the Alien quadrilogy.
Yeah,
But-
it's weird how, like, I mean, those kind of get worse too. Well, no, 2 is my favorite, and then after that they drop off.
Resurrection. You don't like Resurrection?
Resurrection's interesting because it's Joss Whedon's script.
We're 8,000 away, by the way, from the international.
Joss Whedon's script, and it's Jean-Pierre Jeunet directing, who did Amelie, which
Yeah.
is an amazing movie.
And he did City of Lost
City of
Children
Lost
as well,
Children,
which
yeah.
we just learned was one of the major influences over BioShock, which
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, that absolutely
You
makes
look at
sense.
it and it looks really similar to.
But then,
Yeah, City of Lost Children is a really amazing film. You can probably watch it on Netflix or one of the streaming services.
Yeah.
and it
It's
has a
great.
very young Ron Perlman in it.
it does.
Yeah.
But to me, that's just Ron Perlman. You know,
Well, okay, it's Ron Perlman, but
I
a
imagine he
little
was
bit less
born with
haggard
that
than
head.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, he's still.
Just like looked the same when it came out. Just a huge jaw.
carved out of stone.
W.
Yeah, we're getting a little W there.
Yeah.
So Barbara's showing me the activity of our campaign over
Alright,
time,
good to see that.
and today's activity will surpass probably the second and third day of the campaign. So we'll get
Yeah.
a little spike.
I
in
think
the
it already
middle.
has.
And some people were asking
Turn into like a minute.
on the live stream, like, what can we do if we've contributed and we've shared the link and all that? What can we do to further promote the movie? And it's like, that's it. If you watch the live stream and you're helping out here, that's great. And then of course when the movie comes out, if tell your friends and family and all that stuff. One of the things I'm really hoping about with the movie is that we said earlier that we're not household names or anything, and I don't think this movie's going to make us all household names by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, it'd be great, but what I do think it'll help with is there's a lot of people that are big fans of Rooster Teeth and all the different shows that we make, and they don't really have a very easy way to introduce it to the other people in their lives. Something like a feature, especially like a feature that's in theaters and they can watch in a more traditional manner, that's the kind of thing that you can use to introduce Rooster Teeth to your friends, which will be great, friends and family. So I'm really looking forward to that benefit from Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
Or from Lazer Team. I do that all the time. I just interchange Rooster Teeth and Lazer Team and Indiegogo at this point.
Rooster Team, Laser Teeth.
Rooster Teeth.
Rooster Go-Go. What's the next one?
Rooster Kick.
Laser Tooth.
Cool. Well, maybe we should ask people too what they want us to, anything they want to see on the live stream. Should we play anything in particular?
Yeah, let us know you want to see in the live stream. Tweet
We'll get
us.
I'm sure as we get a little
Chris
bit
and I
later
can
in the
fight.
day, there'll be more antics and silliness and things like that.
I could wax Chris again.
Oh God.
Wait, how's your chest doing?
Is it healed?
It's good.
Let me see.
It's good. You said that like, thanks for asking.
Lovely.
Are there hairs back?
Oh, look at that.
No, they're still gone.
No, they're growing back. They're going back.
Oh yeah, well they take a couple of weeks to come back in properly.
Give them a good squeeze, and they pop out.
Don't play with your nipple.
Wait, what
on the
Never,
live
I've
stream.
never
Happy
do that in a
Trail.
million years. When Gav came over to my house and shot some of his slow-mo guy stuff when Dan was in town last time, and they did all the pool stuff. They did
Yeah.
a really awesome one where they put a cap on Dan by
Yeah.
filling with water, just
Oh, yeah,
dropping
yeah,
it
yeah,
on
I
his
saw
head.
one.
Yeah, that one's out.
Yeah, it was really cool. But the day before, they had done another one where Dan had a wax stripe down his chest, and it had like made all these like they did, of course, they did it in the middle of a field, I think, and they didn't like give him any kind of disinfectant or anything. So he had all these bumps from when he had this big stripe on his chest.
Like the worst, like sheathing irritation. It looked painful.
It looked a little rough.
If there had been a girl anywhere near, they could have been like, oh no. You need to like use some like antibacterial soap on that beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, we
Clean
didn't use
area.
any antibacterial soap. To be
I
honest.
was
Nobody gives
clean
a
with you
shit.
guys. I wore gloves.
Did you?
She wore dirty gloves.
Did you guys have someone
were
like
clean.
Barbara? Did you do it?
I did it, yeah.
Yeah, but see, you had a girl doing it, not Gavin.
And a girl who's had experience being waxed, so I feel like I know how it goes, more or less.
Well,
More or less.
Probably more on the left
You definitely
side.
said, I've never done this before.
Well, I've never done it before to someone else.
Hey,
But I
Patrick,
have been.
do not cut to my Xbox right now. Okay, because I'm in some account stuff.
Someone tweeted that they're promoting Lazer Team in Australia at the Apple Store. They put the Lazer Team Indiegogo page on all the Macs. all the Macs.
That's really awesome.
Yeah. They tweeted this picture. So every single.
Oh, please tweet that.
MacBook.
That's the best thing ever. That's where we'll hold the Australian premiere if we end up holding
Yeah,
it
at the
there.
Mac store.
How close are we to unlocking that?
Let's find out.
Also,
I will say
our
493.
Russian contributor has come forward. They're
What?
watching our single Russian contributor has come forward. They're watching the live stream.
From Mother Russia?
No, well, there's the Russian Federation, but there's also Russia.
You know,
Oh, well,
if we
okay.
get
In
There are
that
two
case.
separate things on this thing.
if we get 10 Russian backers, we will release Lazer Team on Dashcam. So that you can watch it the way that Russians like to watch all their content. What is that?
You know why it is?
It's for
it's
insurance
fraud,
or something.
right?
It's
isn't it?
fraud
fraud,
because
yeah.
people will walk in front of cars and be like, he
Insurance
hit me, and when it's totally not true.
That
So
that is a sign of a economy in trouble.
yeah,
When-
I mean, any way you can get money,
Yeah.
it's pretty rough. But at the same time, like you catch asteroids and stuff and whatever else on dash cam. That
It's
they've got.
amazing, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I made a prediction on a podcast like 4 years ago that there will be a major world event that we know only because it was captured on a Russian dash cam, and it happened like a year later when
Yeah.
that asteroid was caught.
Well, and
So prolific.
wasn't there another one where like a plane crashed like across the road right in front of a dash
That's
cam?
crazy, man. That was really crazy.
Just, I mean, how many hundreds of thousands of those cameras do you think they have? I mean, floating around just in traffic. It's got to be.
You know, one of my
Maybe
favorite
it's not
things
that many,
to
huh?
do is when I go to meetings now, like business meetings, I like to see
Head cam.
how many screens there are in a room versus how many people there are in the room.
Does it always outnumber it?
I've been
Well-
in rooms where people are outnumbered by screens like 3 or 4 to 1.
Well, I, for example, am
In some
using
rooms.
3 screens right
Skynet.
now. I've got the Xbox, I've got my laptop, and I've got my phone.
So you're talking about TVs too?
So,
Like,
We're outnumbered right now.
you're outnumbered right now. That's what
We
I
got
heard.
1, 2,
Whoa,
3,
burn.
4, 5.
You turned it around on her.
And we have all those in the control room too.
From informational to confrontational in 2 seconds. That's amazing.
She's so mean.
hiding behind her games case.
Josh and Chris, one of the things we always talked about when we, initial concept for Lazer Team and when we were going through on the first draft and the treatment and all that stuff, we always would talk about like Ghostbusters in particular
Yes.
because, I said on the live stream we just showed is that I've always loved idiots in extraordinary situations, and I think this one definitely is like fits that bill. At least the Ghostbusters invented their stuff. Like their containment field and their proton packs and everything. These guys are like just trying to figure out to work with what they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dumb. I can't wait. We're a lot of what we're doing. Josh and Chris, they just came, and Brandon just left to go there. A lot of what we're doing right now, a lot of the productions we have in place are to get us ready to make Lazer Team, and like we're testing a lot of talent. You guys are working with a prop guy right now that you're very happy with, right?
Amazing stuff. I mean,
Yeah, it's
We're still negotiating his rate for Lazer Team, so we're okay happy. It's like things could be better. Other people are pretty good, I hear. But yeah, it's been really great. It's been a fun experience of just expanding the group. I mean, we have a lot of artists now. We have Patrick Rodriguez. We have John Reisinger. We have Brian Beam. We have a lot of in-house artists. Christina, who was here for just a little while and then went back, she works on Ruby. They contribute a lot of art for us as well. But every time when we're doing like concept art or something like that, we always want to find someone with a specific style. So even our concept artists, I think, have we had 6 people work on?
6 or yeah.
Might be
6
more.
A lot.
Michael
On the
Bramford,
production that they're
Vinny,
working
another Patrick. And so we kind of like go around and around. And some people are great with ships and vehicles, and some people are great with organic stuff, and some people are great with environments. So This has been a fun stage. The concept art stage has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun to look at all the different interpretations by different artists at some point. You know?
Especially with Champion's suit, is like
Yeah.
everyone has an idea for it. It's like nah, close, and then finally just locked in. It's like that's it. And I was glad to see like the entire creative team. Like once we saw it, everybody was like, that is definitely it. I like it. This thing is just gonna disconnect from the internet every chance it fucking gets. I guess. I don't know what's up with it. I'm gonna kill it. I may take over Ashley's. I don't think I've ever used my Xbox and not accidentally hit the eject button. I just did it just now.
I heard it.
I do it every single time. All right, Barb, anything else from Twitter?
Oh, there's tons of stuff on Twitter.
What you got?
Let's see. People want to know if we're going to play Mario Kart 8, but probably not, because I don't think we're set up for Wii's.
No, and we can't play Mario Kart 8 because if we ever put this online, we don't know what Nintendo will do if they catch footage. Like,
their policies keep changing.
Their policies change from month to month, and we know what they want to do with their policies, but they just like kind of just react to negative feedback. And the problem with some of those content rules on something that's like 12 hours long is, I mean, I get it if people have rules for their content, but if something appears for 2 minutes out of 12 hours, they can flag the whole thing, and then we can't. Then we got to go through all these machinations to get it back to where people can watch it.
Is it machinations or machinations?
Machinations.
Machinations?
I've always pronounced it as machinations.
Machinations?
This is another
like
one.
a machine.
Yeah, but you never use it in any other way. You never say, I'm going to go machinate. Like, I'm going to go machinate.
Well, yeah,
What are you doing?
Yeah, but I would never say I'm going to machinate.
I need some lotion. I'm going to machinate.
I mean,
All right, I'm updating our
how
totals.
How do you pronounce, like, you're going to say you're machinimating, right?
I think we're at 495.
Yeah, we are now 4,200 away. We're over 495.
If we reach 1.5, we'll machinate.
We'll
on the
machinate
stream.
on
will.
camera.
Chris, will you do something for us if we hit
Chris and I will
1.5?
machinate.
Like what?
I don't know. What do you got left?
Not much hair.
Where's the hair?
I could wax him live on stream.
Oh, dear Lord. How about Brazilian? Let's,
A Brazilian?
I do not want to know Chris that well.
Why don't we do this? We'll make a
Backpack and
curtain facing this way. We'll put your head through it like this so we can get your reaction, and then we'll give you a Brazilian behind the curtain.
It's a Brazilian.
Brazilian.
Yeah. Good joke.
I don't
Hey,
know.
thanks.
Who's gonna
No,
be?
it's probably a real thing.
It is a real
No,
thing.
it is.
I said it on the podcast for Gavin to get a Brazilian, but
I'm still waiting for Aaron to tell us how much it costs, too.
It's only $45.
He knows off the top of his head.
that actually is pretty
I'm
accurate.
going to be honest. If I was a waxer, I would charge a lot more than $45 to get off in some guy's junk.
God, you saying right there, I'm going to be honest. I used to work for a guy that if you ever said, I'm going to be honest, he'd go, you're not honest all the time. Every single time anybody said that.
I'm going to be
That'll
honest.
drive me crazy.
I'm not honest all the time.
Yeah, it's good to know. Good to know. But that was like his pet peeve when people would say, I'm going to tell the truth, or let me be frank, or, just to be honest.
Getting back to waxing men.
Go ahead.
It would take a special skill. There's particular parts of man's anatomy.
Well, you could be
Tell us
particular.
more.
I mean, like, there's not that many parts.
Well, I'm talking,
The ball sack
balls.
is loose.
Is that what you're
But it's
referring
like,
to?
how do you do it? Like, you have to stretch.
That's what I don't
Well, no,
understand. That's what frightens
actually,
me.
So what I've heard about
find
this,
out today.
keeping in mind that I've never had it done to myself, lacking.
You've never had your balls waxed, actually?
Exactly.
She goes all natural.
They supposedly use a different kind of wax that like it hardens and then they crack it like an egg.
Wait, on guys?
On guys, that's how they do
But
like
they still
the
have
sack.
to rip the
Crack
hair
it like
out.
a what?
It's like they use a different kind of wax that like they put it on and then it hardens and then they like crack
Like
it and
with
pull
a
it
hammer,
off.
or what do they?
What?
So that like they pull off hardened wax to wax it.
And then you get a prize that you have to build yourself.
You get a little
sounds like
prize
a-
inside.
It's not allowed in the States because it's not edible or whatever with Kinder.
Yeah,
Eggs.
Kinder's villains. That sounds like to me it sounds like a butterfly, like a cocoons and and then there's
But
like a
then
new
balls
beautiful ball.
That's a
smooth.
really flowery way to
Happy
talk about somebody going
birthday.
after my balls with some hard wax. I wouldn't do it.
But I'd have a feeling it would get caught and you'd break it and it was just two balls going like.
I think we can all invent scenarios where that could possibly go wrong. It just seems like something I would never
Who's
want
the
to
first
do.
person who's like, yeah, I'll test it out.
All right, we are
They're like-
only 4,000 away from an international
Brad
premiere,
Brad
guys.
does those studies. Does he do that one?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
Brad,
guarantee
Brad's
you.
done like drug studies
This is a
for
good question.
research
Go for it.
drugs.
If Lazer Team does well enough, would there be a chance for a sequel?
I mean, possibly. We started even going back to our first production. with Red versus Blue, we wrote it to be 6 episodes, and then that changed really quickly.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
little change.
And now we're in 12 years.
Or you could always just jump straight to the trilogy, which I know is one of Bernie's favorite setups.
It's not written as a trilogy. It's one of my least favorite things. Everyone writes everything as a trilogy.
Another $50,000 to do a trilogy.
So like, I would say like there's possible sequels of it, but it's like the narrative in it is satisfying.
It is written as a complete story.
Right. It is
Yes.
written
Absolutely.
as a satisfying individual.
I have
narrative.
harped on this in the podcast
Yes.
so much. It's like even some of the most beloved franchise in the world, like Star Wars, you make the first one because you have no idea how successful it's going to be, so it's a complete story.
Yes.
And the second one, even like Empire, no matter how good it is, it's an incomplete story. Like you could never see just Empire and get a full story. It's like something's about to happen. They set some stuff up, and you do it.
I know.
There's nothing like that in Star Wars. Star Wars, they spoiler,
You can't kill
they
him.
destroy the Death Star, and that was
why.
the goal of the movie. In
was gonna see
Empire,
it.
you find out a fact about a guy and his father, and then they're on a ship looking out a window.
And people get captured.
And people are captured and
Yeah.
taken away, and you don't know something's still left to tell. And that always drives me nuts. The reason is they make the first one, and the first one is a success, and they say, okay, make 2 more. So they know they have the freedom to make the second story an incomplete story, and that has always driven me crazy. Even when it's done well, it drives me crazy.
What's interesting about, Star Wars, and it worked out that way, I guess, but it was actually conceived backwards, I believe. Like there was only one Death Star, and the Death Star was supposed to be in, like he conceived, like I guess the story of Darth Vader or like Luke is what he had, and then because we looked at this for Lazer Team too, just kind of researching and whatnot, and apparently, like, the Death Star was only going to be in the third one, and they were going to have nothing in the first one. It was just intro.
Right.
So they're like, we have to have something. So they actually made up a second Death Star and threw it in the first movie so there'd be an ending. And instead what they got was a movie that felt completely like, oh, cool, this is it. And it was really, like, the first one would have been even more antagonizing if there was no Death Star too. So it's like,
Oh god, can you imagine what would they be doing for the
Yeah.
second half of the movie? I mean, they'd be rescuing Leia. Basically,
Yeah.
would be the story of New Hope.
yeah.
In that case, one thing I do love though, I do love when people lay it down in the first one, like Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins, or like they start off saying this is going to be a franchise, and they put like at the end of like a movie that nobody's seen before, they hint at the sequel, like like there's a big ending where the sequel's coming, and it's like then nobody goes see the first movie, and
So it's just
then it just dies like that. So I think like Flash Gordon had that in it when I was a kid.
Flash Gordon was so good. I loved that movie.
Flash Gordon was good.
Also, slightly less a fan of Flash Gordon, which I accidentally rented once because the video rental guys put that in the wrong spot.
Accidentally.
Accidentally.
Yep.
A night.
I got home with it and I was like that's so weird. There's a typo on the label here. It says Flash Gordon, and my stepdad was like, and that's going back to the store right now.
Do you want to hear something that'll actually horrify you? So Ashley grew up in Utah. And Utah is Utah is where they hold the Sundance Film Festival. They hold it in Park City, Utah. And so the first time I ever went to Utah was for Sundance. And I passed a video store. They have video stores in Utah that offer edited version of the movie, where the owners of the video stores will edit the movie to get rid of profanity and violence and debauchery. And they advertise that like, oh, here we have an edited version
This is like
of
the
Fight
family
Club.
friendly.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was a
They
story.
just edit it at their store.
That's like a really lame version of Be Kind Rewind. They're like, we're gonna remake the movie.
Yeah. You know about Be Kind Rewind, the actual movie.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? The Michelle. What's his name?
Gondry.
Michelle Gondry.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of web stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really well-known film director and producer, and he's made a lot of really cool web stuff.
There was a story on like the edited video thing. There was a story forever ago. There was a company that was editing specifically. They edited Titanic, and they would edit out the painting scene and like the sex scene for you. This was like like '98, and they actually ended up getting, I don't forget who owns Titanic, but like the company that made it, like 20th Century Fox, whatever, actually ended up like taking them to court, and like they had to stop doing it because they were like messing with their.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
copyright,
Like you can't. You're not allowed to alter it.
Yeah.
But how did
'Cause
they
it's
do
their
that? Because I
I-
assume it was
IP or
VHS.
Yeah.
They were messing with.
Well,
So
that
they.
was probably right at the cusp of DVD.
But I mean, that was like right at the cusp. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's VHS.
It's like right at the D.
Right.
See.
Nice. But it's like what? So then you make new VHS.
I guess so. They would like edit them and like sell them. It was like a yeah.
So
People are amazing at their ability to fuck stuff up.
I know.
They'll find a way to
That's-
fuck stuff up.
That's unique. That's great.
Yeah.
How close are we?
So
we're 2,500 away.
2,500.
Wow.
Like I was talking earlier about a guy when we first put out the deal and people had questions about international shipping, which are all answered in our FAQ. That seems to be the #1 question is the international shipping thing, which is we're going to work it out later, and we'll work on that. But I was coming up with solutions to try to work through this international shipping and how to add it back in if people forgot to do it, which is totally understandable if people forgot to do it.
Yep.
And one guy was like, well, if I make another donation and add international shipping, what happens if my first donation was anonymous? How are you going to match it up? I said, well, if you're anonymous, how would we ship you anything? Like, how would we need that information. He goes, oh, I was just wondering, because I didn't donate, but I was just curious. It's like, don't invent customer service issues for me to, I have enough real ones on my own.
Testing you.
I don't need hypotheticals.
People love hypotheticals.
Yeah. Listen, whenever we plan anything, like anything that is public facing, we go through me, Barb, and Gus, and Adam, and everybody. We sit there. We could run through every hypothetical scenario, and it always boils down to, well, someone's going to say this or someone's going to say that, and then at the end it's just like, we'll just deal with it. It's basically that's the way it always comes down. Like try to plan it as best you can, and know that there's always going to be somebody who doesn't understand it, and it's not their fault that they don't understand.
I think my favorite question I ever got asked about RTX was, someone emailed us and asked if the ticket price for RTX included travel cost from Florida. They said, does the ticket price include airfare?
They might never have traveled anywhere. They might not know.
It's like, yeah, sure, for $80.
We're gonna just buy and take RTX to get the flight.
I used to take buses all the time when I was in college. Are people still taking buses?
You get Megabus for $1.50, so maybe it is included.
What is a Megabus?
A Megabus is like they sell seats, and some are I think regular priced, right? But then they're trying to fill seats.
The sooner you buy it, the cheaper it is.
Yeah, and they want to fill all their seats up, so some will be like $1.50. And it's not like it's luxury traveling or anything, but you can go hundreds of miles for $1.
I mean, it's still a nice
Sounds badass to
bus.
me.
Yeah, it's air conditioned.
It's nicer than a Greyhound.
Good fabric on the seats.
It's double decker.
For now.
There's Wi-Fi. There's plugs.
I'll fix that problem.
Yeah. There's dinner served.
I was once on a double decker.
Dinner for $1.50.
That's
a hot meal.
That's the Megabus right there.
Showers.
That is the
I was
Megabus.
once at the
They throw a
top.
sandwich in the aisle. I had to fight over it.
I was on the second layer of that bus at the front.
That
and it was the
particular
weirdest thing.
bus, Barb?
Because it was like I was driving the bus, but I wasn't driving the bus. What?
I was.
What?
You what? No. What do you mean? What does that mean? You were driving the bus or not?
Because I was at the front, right at the window.
She was pretend driving. They let her like.
So you were just close to the front of the bus. You weren't driving.
On the double decker part.
It's like when the kid goes up to the front of the
Were
airplane.
you
They're like, "You're
literally
flying,
the
Johnny."
whole time sitting in the bus like
I can't
this?
stop. If I stop the bus, it'll wreck.
It's like in The Simpsons when Maggie has the wheel at the credit scene.
Not even close to that. It's just a crazy blonde lady on your bus. That's all it is.
Nobody sat next
Exactly
to me.
like that.
For
Hey,
reasons.
Brittany, you know what you could play?
What?
Mass Effect 3.
Do you have the things here?
Yes, I do.
I'll do it. Bring it on.
This is my my stack of games that spilled all over earlier, but are hopefully intact.
They're fine.
Here's disc 1.
That probably won't be it, but okay. I hate double disc games. I'm glad we're...
Well, here's disc 2 too then.
There we go.
Although they're from different regions, but it should be fine, right?
Nah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, people had questions about regions for discs for Lazer Team as well. We always try to work out the region free, so we will work out a solution for region free for this. We're not being overly definitive because a movie at this scale could come with further investment and other distribution opportunities, which then come with certain agreements. Like, we might get involved with somebody who can't do a DVD at that thing, but will still make one to deliver to people in their particular region. So we'll work your region out for you. Mm-hmm. We'll figure that out.
We'll work your region.
Yeah, we're used to shipping DVDs internationally, and we will figure that out. That was a huge problem in particular for the Veronica Mars Kickstarter, is that they were really clear about the way that they were going to deliver all the DVDs and stuff, and then couldn't do it.
Shit.
Because, honestly, the Veronica Mars Kickstarter was basically a Kickstarter for Warner Brothers because it was a Warner Brothers movie. But
from the beginning?
Yeah. I mean, it was like Warner Brothers told him to go out and, if he could raise the money for it to do it. And so he did it through crowdfunding.
But it was like a handshake.
What do you mean handshake? I mean, they own the property.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, they produced the TV show. So, at the end of the day, does it really matter? I mean, if you get to see the movie and the people who funded Veronica Mars and the people who, wanted the show after it had been canceled, they must have been really happy to get it back. I hope they were. I know the guy who donated at the level that got the walk-on roll. They had a one walk-on roll. He's actually a really cool guy, lives in Canada. He's the guy who started XC.com.
XC.
Oh, the exchange rate.
Yeah, the exchange
Shit.
currency exchange. Like he's .com.
That's a huge site.
He's .com. It's funny because when I met him for the first time, I met him on the set of Sandeep Parikh's superhero web series, and he was helping fund that. Like this guy is just self-made, and he's in a position in his life where he can just say, look, I like this stuff, and I want to help see it get made. So that's kind of what he does, and then he participates in stuff that he likes. Like he does this reboot of the original Star Trek series online, and I watched it. I think it's called Star Trek Continues, and man, it is so faithful to the 60s era Star Trek. It's amazing, like down to the lighting and everything like that. It's great.
Wow.
And you can find that online. But I was talking with him, and he said I own this site XC.com, and just to put it in perspective, XC is a 2-letter domain name. Those went away a long time ago, and Gus uses it, and I use it for currency rates, exchange rates. And when I said, "Oh, XC," I said, "I use your site all the time." He handed me his business card right after I said that, and his business card says on the back of it, "I use your site all the time," because that's what everybody says to him when they meet him. And yeah, he's just a really cool guy.
We're
and
1,000 away, by the way.
It's one of those .com sites that never sold or anything like that, and it's just done really well. Like a quiet but very significant success story online.
Well, just stuck to what it did well. The currency exchange. It didn't really branch. Just narrowed in on. Did you kick? Oh, there's a 2x4 under there. Don't kick it.
I'm not. I felt something thump. I hope it's not the gold button.
It's all gonna break.
What's the gold button right in front of me?
Slow-mo,
guys.
Yeah, it's
Totally
fine.
So you're fine.
Totally fine.
We're
Only
about
we had the slow-mo camera to shoot it. How close are we?
$700 away.
All right, we are $700 away from an international premiere, some country other than the U.S., which is a really great country. We'll have an international premiere.
Could be
It
the Russian
either
Federation.
Canada, it could be Australia, or it could be the United Kingdom.
And you want to specify again when we're going to
Europe.
decide?
The country of Europe.
You want to specify again when we're going to decide which place it is?
Yeah, yes, we will. So we're about to unlock the goal, but it won't actually be determined what country we're going to have this in until the end of the campaign. So even though it's unlocked, and Canada, you're in second, and UK, you're in third, you guys could still overtake those godless Australians. Are the Australians awake yet? We can insult them,
We're
right?
so close.
Yeah, so we're going to unlock it.
Come
1.5
on,
million.
Canada.
I feel like we need a dance
Watch
party.
it. Oh!
No.
$45 away? I'm going to donate $45 real quick. 45?
Someone's going to beat you.
This is amazing, amazing milestone. Oh, it's $15 away. This is going to be so amazing.
We make it.
Hey! Wow, that
was a really big jump.
That is amazing. 1.5 million. Wow, that is just crazy.
Holy crap.
Crazy. So the next, okay, so first of all, we have unlocked now an international premiere somewhere in the world. At the end of the campaign, we will tally which country has provided most. Actually, we're going to be ending at RTX.
Yep.
We're just going to have people from all over the world there. So it'll be right up to the last minute, I think, of what country we're going to do the premiere in. And then we'll determine that, and we'll have the premiere there. This also unlocks our next stretch goal, which is at 1.625 million. I should put this up there. If we get to 1.625 million, we like to rotate or alternate between goals for Lazer Team and goals for Rooster Teeth as a whole. And so the next goal, since we just unlocked an international premiere, the next goal we want to make a Rooster Teeth goal. So if we get to 1.625 million dollars on the Indiegogo campaign, that will unlock us making a movies and TV podcast. Gus said, and Patrick Salazar from the broadcast group have said they wanted to test, and they thought this would be a good way to do it, is if people are interested, we can test doing a podcast that is entirely about movies and TV. So
kind of like the patch, except for movies, TV.
actually, kind of like the discussion we just had about 5 minutes ago. So when we were talking about Alien, and we're talking about
just
all the
tested
different
it.
movies and stuff like that.
like they do.
We could discuss that. This really, when we're talking about stretch goals and testing different things, we came up with the movies and TV podcast because so many people ask us about the spoiler cast and keep doing spoiler casts, but those were just too specific and too, like niche, like the audience participation was too small. So just a general movies and TV podcast that focuses just basically on entertainment. So that's our 1.625 million stretch goal. I'm going to go update the website. I will be back.
And yeah, and all that any money that's donated is going
Still
to
to the
Lazer
film.
Team,
Yes.
not to
Anything else?
Yes.
to any other production.
That is 100% correct. That
Yes.
was one of the first questions that came up. Is that I think when we unlocked the video tour of the studio, people were like, "Is it really cost like $125,000 to make that video?" No. The answer to that question is no, it doesn't. But all the Rooster Teeth stretch goals are just donated by the departments. We hit an orchestral score and things like that. That's actual money from Lazer Team going to that. But none of the Rooster Teeth goals that we're meeting, none of the money leaves the campaign and goes there. There is, just to be completely transparent, there is one exception to that. And that is for tickets to RTX, we had to buy those tickets from RTX at a wholesale rate. We had to buy it from the entity. It's just the way the two
Pay up.
Yeah, there you go. The way the two businesses are structured, we had to buy badges at a certain rate to be able to offer them through the Indiegogo campaign. But that's the only time money leaves the Indiegogo campaign for anything that's not directly related to Lazer Team. And that was only 200 badges that we did, plus the VIP ones
Yeah.
that you guys donated, the VIP ones.
Yep. Sure did.
Yeah, and all the money helps make the movie better, essentially. I mean, I know
The
that's
money
well, I
helps
mean,
make
just saying
the
like
movie.
or just saying like working on the script and stuff. There's things that you want to make put into the movie, but it's like, well, I don't know if we can do this because I don't know
Yeah.
what the budget's going to be, or like
It's just like
Well,
it just makes the effects
there's
that much better.
variations of things. Like there's I'm trying to think like a good.
Well, it's scaling,
It's,
right?
yeah,
So
it's
it's
absolutely
like
scaling.
right now we can do this scene
Yeah.
like this, but with more money we can do the scene like this, still just as good, but we get to do that now.
Yeah.
It's just
Words are hard.
yeah.
Like the money will be seen on screen.
yeah,
basically what
it'll
you're saying.
be it'll make the movie
Thank you, Josh.
better.
Yeah. Literally, just the stacks of money, and then we'll go put it in the bank account.
Stacks.
So this is the time where we pit all the countries against each other to try to get that international premiere.
I want to see.
Fight, fight, fight.
Did the Russian Federation donate like another one just because they got
Let's find out.
because they were at $5 and one person?
Now they're at $10 and two.
I want a
people.
success story. I want the Russian Federation has quadrupled their donations.
That's like you just want to say that stat and leave
Yeah.
out what that actually
in
means.
the past
That's
hour,
a
they've
talking.
Yeah, we've hit we have doubled the Russian
No, they
Federation's
still
backing.
have one contributor for $5.
Come on,
Come
guys!
on.
You're
By the
never
end of this
gonna
stream-
get the
Man.
premiere if you keep.
We want one other person from the Russian Federation by the end of this stream
Yeah.
to give. What is the currency?
What will you do if we get another Russian Federation donation?
I will whack something on Chris for even for quadruple the donate. No, just double. We'll double the donation.
That's very generous of you.
Thank you. I'm just trying to give the people what they want. You don't have any back hair though, do you?
No, I don't.
No.
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 We could wax my back hair.
I do.
Yeah.
Can you remind everyone who maybe who's just tuned in, like the big thing we're doing today?
Yep. So if you're just tuning in now, or you've been tuned in for the last hour or so, we are doing a very special giveaway during the stream. Everybody who donates $10 or more to the Indiegogo is entered in a chance to win a trip to Rooster Teeth, and that includes airfare and hotel while you're here. So all you have to do is donate $10 or more. There's rules that Bernie posted on the Rooster Teeth site on his journal. That should be on the front page at roosterteeth.com. So yeah, everybody who donates until 10 o'clock tonight is entered in a chance to win.
Russian Federation.
You still got a
Russian
chance.
Federation.
No, they only donated $5.
We're gonna get.
they're not
Oh
even
no!
at the
Oh
threshold.
gosh!
They're not even in there.
He thought he was out, and now he's in trouble.
Imagine if it's one guy in like Siberia or something, and he gets internet like once a week or something.
Yeah.
And
It's
he's like, I did everything I could, at the time.
Why does he sound like that?
He's hardened. He's hardened
Yeah.
by the
Is
winter.
Or
But
the
is that the accent?
I don't know.
Russian's
Try
hard.
that.
That's a tricky.
Yeah, it is. Mother
I
of
tried.
Russia.
I tried to. No, that's like
What?
it's getting into
I can do.
Spanish.
I can
German
do
or something.
Wookiee. I can do a
Alright.
good Wookiee accent.
Do it.
He's been practicing that for 3 years. I don't
know.
think it's gotten better.
You know
Best
what's
part about
good
it is your
too is
face.
when Chris is we're shooting this one of our medieval productions.
Thank you.
When Chris is like feeling blue, like he's on camera, he's like, I do my Yoda laugh for him, and he giggles, and then it's his
I want to hear
performance.
your Yoda laugh.
Come on.